We rolling. You know what it is, man. It's DJ Thorough, man. It's a day in the life of the BBS boys. I'm sitting here with the world famous fashion designer, Guy Woods. Before we get started, I would like to know, my viewers like to know, where'd you get your start?
I got my start just on the industry parties.
Okay.
And being fly. Or being, different. So people was trying to gravitate to what I was wearing. So then I saw that as an opportunity to start a business. Guy asked me where did I get my shirt from. I told him I made it. And then 30 years later, we here.
Right. Where you from?
I'm from Harlem.
Harlem. They say that's where that's the home of the drip. That's the home of the fly. That's the home of where it all started.
Truly.
Now, everybody's inspired by somebody. Mm-hmm. Where did you get your inspiration from?
The older cats, the cats that were getting a lot of money.
Right.
So I would watch how they dressed, and then I would try to go home and figure out what I had in my closet that was close.
That was close to that.
What he had on.
Right.
And then I started realizing, let me go buy that cardigan sweater. Let me go buy that mock neck, or let me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I stopped dressing like a little kid and dressed like a young man.
Right. Now you come from the era where I call it, like now it's the mannequin era. Everybody dresses like the mannequin.
Right.
You chose not to dress like the mannequin. You put it, you had to go here to get this, go here to get this, and go here to get that. Like, what was that experience like?
Oh, it was like a treasure hunt.
Right.
Because, due to the money situation, you couldn't really buy the mannequin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you would get the shirt, you get the best piece off the mannequin.
Right.
And then you try to emulate the pants from somewhere else.
Right.
My mom's was a seamstress, so she would make me a lot of the stuff that I would wear.
Right. Now, that was my next question. How did you get into the actual sewing or actually making it? Because it's one thing to want to do something, but you have to have the skill trait to be able to do it. Where'd you get that from?
My mom's. My mom's was a seamstress part-time.
Okay.
So what she would do is she would make costumes for plays and for different things and do alterations for people's clothing.
Right.
So every Saturday, she would be like, come with me to pick out some fabric and a pattern. And that was the worst. But I did it.
Right.
And then she started to keep me occupied and not be bored. She was like, yo, well, pick out some fabric and I'll make you something. Mm. So then I started touching the fabric and knowing. She would say, no, that's too heavy, or that's too thin for pants, or that's this. And then she would make it for me.
Right.
So when I went to school, the response was crazy. The girls loved it. So I was like, oh. I ain't tell none of my friends.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just would have tailor-made clothes on.
Right.
And I was a chubby dude, so I needed it.
Thanks to moms, man. So basically, she was teaching you without you even realizing it.
Truly.
Right.
And I didn't realize that until years later in an interview, someone asked me the same question. How did you get started?
Right.
And I was like, wow, that's really where I got started from. Saturday, going to Woolworths or going to Delancey Street, picking out fabric.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
Now, at what point, how long did it take you from the point to where you were rocking your own tailor-made and custom clothing to people asking you to do it for them?
That was pretty quick. What happened was I met my head tailor, Ralphie, and we vibed.
Right.
And he was making my stuff. And then I noticed that people were looking at me and it was a vibe. So I said, you know what? I might have something here.
Right.
So one guy asked me where I got my shirt from. I told him I made it. Right. Knowing that I got the guy to make it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we exchanged numbers. He got the shirt made. And that's how my business started.
So would you say that was your first customer?
That was my first.
Do you remember who
that? I do not remember that brother's name.
We got to find that guy.
Yeah,
and that's legendary.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And so I always tell people that if I would have told the guy it was a Versace shirt, cap, they would have been like, I wouldn't have been here.
Right.
So I was honest. I was in the moment, and I saw an opportunity.
Right.
That's the key to starting my business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was honest, I was ready, I was prepared.
5001 Flavors.
Right.
When did you create that company? How did you come up with that name? What is the meaning of that name?
5001 Flavors is just, at that point, 5,000, like there was 31 flavors at Baskin Robbins.
Right.
So we was drawing on paper, figuring out a name. I said, yo, why don't we just be 5,000 flavors? And my man said, what about 5,001? I said, That's it.
That's it, right?
5,001 flavors.
Right.
And that's how it
Now,
began.
do you really have 5,001 flavors?
I got 10,000,007 flavors.
10,000,007 flavors?
Yes, man. I got
Wow.
flavor for anybody
Right.
who wants.